Hello again and welcome to another episode of I Want to Talk About This Album. And today I'm going to wrap up the Motorhead discography, the Motorhead studio discography, at least on vinyl, the records. This is going to be the last one. This is Iron Fist. There are several that I didn't talk about, if I can remember them all. Bad Magic, Sacrifice, Snakebite Love, Overnight Sensation, March or Die, Hammered. I think that's it. I think I talked about all the rest of their studio albums. All the other ones that I just mentioned, I have them on CD. I don't have them on record. I don't have any intentions of getting them on vinyl. And I'm trying to get through all this vinyl that I bought going back well over a year ago. I've still got a lot to go through. Maybe in a year or so, when I've run out of records to talk about, I'll go back to talking about CDs. But for now, I'm going to stick with records. I'm going to talk about Motorhead, Iron Fist, and then, as a special spoiler alert, I don't normally give these. I hate that term, spoiler alert. For all you Motorhead bangers out there, I'm going to do something that I've only done once before. I'm going to rank all the Motorhead studio albums. That's going to be a tall order. That's going to be a long video. I haven't really, some I already know kind of where they're going to be, but I'm going to have to go through all of them and listen to them and really try to, find the right place for all of them and try to justify a reason why I put one at 11 and put another one at 18, or put another one at 7 and another one at 9 or something like that. So that might be in a couple of weeks, maybe a month, maybe a month and a half. But I feel kind of the urge to do it, so I don't think it'll be too long. So again, if you're a big Motorhead fan, stay tuned. By the way, that will be official rankings. You may see other videos on YouTube. People say, Motorhead album rankings and their opinion. No, not mine. Mine is going to be fact. Mine is set in stone. So watch for that in the next couple of weeks to a month, let's say. I hope I don't disappoint you. So here it is, Iron Fist. And I have mixed feelings about this record. It was the last album of the classic lineup, Motorhead and Filthy and Fast Eddie. Which that's good, but this is a weird record. I never really got into it. I don't dislike it. I'm much closer to liking it, even loving it, than I am to disliking it. We'll see. I guess I'll have to see for myself where I would rank this in the big picture of the Motorhead discography. But there's I wish I could articulate why I never really got into this record. It is a weird sounding record. It doesn't really sound like, it came after Ace of Spades and before Another Perfect Day, and I love both those albums. Now, Ace of Spades, I've talked about this before, I was late to the party for Ace of Spades. I got that album a long time ago, but I never really got into it. I just always thought, it's a classic album and everybody loves it and they consider it Motorhead's greatest. And I was just like, I think Orgasmatron is way better. I think Rock and Roll is way better. I think Another Perfect Day is way better. Now, and again, I guess I'll have to see exactly where I would put Ace of Spades. I love it now. I'm kind of, Iron Fist is growing on me in recent, I've listened to it like 3 or 4 times in the last few days to kind of, get myself prepared for this. And I'm not overly familiar with it like I am with those other records that I mentioned. But I think I am familiar enough with it that I don't need notes. I think stumble my way through it. So as I said, this album sounds a little bit weird. I think maybe if this record sounded like, sonically, if it sounded like Ace of Spades, which is not my favorite Motorhead record, but I think it is the best sounding Motorhead record. If Iron Fist sounded like Ace of Spades, I think I would like it much more. And I know this is kind of I think in the Motorhead fan world, this is, I think my opinion of Iron Fist is right in line with most people's. I think a lot of people don't love this album. I'm sure there are some that would say it's their favorite, but I think I'm kind of right in line with those people. And the way that I see it, I think I've used this analogy once before, producers and people I think blame this record on Fast Eddie, who produced it. I don't know, I guess he was given an official credit. Yeah, it says produced by Eddie Clark and Will Reed Dick. I think I get the impression that Dick is not part of his name. It says Will Reed, hyphenated, Reed Dick. That's news to me. I've never heard that name before. And so a lot of people would be quick to blame whenever an album sounds bad. You see the producer and you go, oh, well, the production sucks. And I talked about this with Jason McMaster on this series on the channel, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And he talked about the production on the artist formerly known as Dangerous Toys. And the analogy that I came up with and the analogy I've come up with before, I've got two analogies and they're both related to sports. The one that I know I've talked about before is Steve Kerr, the coach of the Golden State Warriors. He's coached the Warriors, I think, for around 8 or 9 years now. And he coached them when they won 73 games. They went 73-9, the Golden State Warriors did. I think that was about 7 or 8 years ago. And they only lost 9 games all year with Steve Kerr as the head coach. And then he had a back injury and he had to have surgery in the offseason. So he missed the start of the next season. And the Warriors went like 29-1 or something. So you think, okay, well, Steve Kerr is a great coach. He won 72 games and only lost 9 the year before. But now without him, they've won 29 out of 30, which is maybe even more impressive. Maybe not. So how much credit should Steve Kerr receive for them winning winning 73 of 82 games? Do you see what I'm saying? And now, this year they lost, I think they lost around 40 or 50, I think maybe 50 games they lost. Same coach. So, it's the players that win the game and it's the players that lose the game. The other sports analogy that I use with Jason McMaster, when we talk about this album, I love the production of this record, or I hate the production sucks. It's not necessarily because of the name of the guy who's on the back of the record, because my analogy is a golf analogy, and I love golf, which may be a surprise to some people. I'm a huge golf fan. I like golf as much as I love Motorhead, I think. Except I don't have two PGA tattoos as I do Motorhead tattoos. Maybe a PGA tattoo will be coming up next. Maybe I'll get a Steve Stricker tattoo or something. But caddies in golf, some of them, all they do is they carry the bag of their boss. That's all they do. And their boss, the player says, I need a 6-iron or a fairway wood or whatever, fairway metal. Give me that, and that's it. Some caddies they work directly with the players. They're kind of like mental, like therapists. They help them. They're there for support, things like that. And I think that's how producers are, or how they should be seen. It's not necessarily, the producer's job is not necessarily to make the album sound the way, because sometimes the band knows how they want it to sound. The producer sometimes gives, advice, maybe arranges the songs, does all these things. So I don't think it's correct to blame Eddie Clarke for the bad production of this album. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, I don't know. But I know a lot of people in the Motorhead, as I said, fan world, blame Eddie Clarke. And it's just kind of and some songs more than others, especially one song in particular, just sounds kind of odd. There are several songs that sound, okay, like this is how it should sound. And then a couple that sound like they didn't quite finish it, or they didn't put the spice, the food tastes good, but they didn't add the spices or the salt and the pepper or something like that. I don't know. But I mean, in terms of the songs, I had to really revisit it in the last couple of days. I think the songs are great. As I said, if this sounded like Ace of Spades, this would be a top Motorhead album. But it's the sound of it, or the production of it, that I think brings it down for a lot of people, including me. But I can't quite articulate that. So I'll go through it track by track now. And it's got a hype sticker. This is the limited edition 40th anniversary. So this record came out in 82. So this originally came out in 82. So this version came out in 2022. It's a black and blue swirl vinyl, which I'm about to show. So I'll open this up now and go through it track by track. All right, and it looks like a good sleeve inside. I think all the Motorhead records I've done, they've all had very good packaging, and I expect this to be no different. All right, there it is without the sheen of the cellophane wrap. There it is. Everybody knows that picture. Yeah, this is great. So a cool picture, kind of goofy picture actually, Manowar-ish. But and there's the lyrics. I love that. And by the way, this it's got some kind of a molding or a cast of the Motorhead War Pig, which I guess I thought was cool when I was a kid or even some years ago. It looks kind of goofy now. I think that is an actual like a bust. I don't think it's definitely not computer generated. Anyway, and let's see what this what black and blue and white swirl. Oh, that's actually pretty cool looking, and it's got the Iron Fist album cover there, and the other side is the track listing. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've told you, I've said before, although I am warming up to it, I don't really care about the colors of records. You're not going to sit there and watch them, but I am warming up to them a little bit. It's kind of cool to see a nice color instead of black. So I'll put this back, and the first song is Iron Fist, the title track. And oh my God, I'm gonna starting with this one. This is one of my, I don't have an official Motorhead top song ranking, but if I did, Iron Fist, the song would be in the top 5, I'm sure, along with I'm So Bad Baby, I Don't Care, and I don't know what else. We Are Motorhead, and The Hammer, I think would also be in my top 5. Nothing Up My Sleeve, Babe from Orgasmatron. But oh my God, Iron Fist, that's classic Motorhead. It's it's got that the chainsaw rumbling Lemmy Motorhead Rickenbacker bass intro. It's fast. It's got that Motorhead pace that everybody loves, that I love anyway. And I can't get enough of the song Iron Fist. Dark night, nothing to see. Invisible hand in front of me. Scared to death, there's someone near. Scared to move, but you can't stay here. You know me, evil eye. You know me, prepared to die. You know me, the snake bite kiss. Devil's grip, the iron fist. Love that song. Can't get enough of it. Next is Heart of Stone. This is one that I mentioned earlier. This one just sounds odd. It just sounds, the drums especially, and Lemmy's vocals sound kind of, compared to Iron Fist the song sounds perfect. That's how I want Motorhead to sound. And then Iron Fist, I gotta slow down. I start to rush through these things. Heart of Stone, the vocals sound kind of weird. They sound, I don't know if there's like a reverb or an echo, or they just sound kind of, I don't know, in the background or something. And the drums, especially on Heart of Stone, sound a little bit strange. Yeah. Leave me alone. Get up. Leave me alone. Get off the phone. I've got a heart of stone. Leave me alone. Get off the phone. I've got a heart of stone. So that song's okay. Next is I'm the Doctor. Man, I love I'm the Doctor. To me, this has the real, I like the real fast Motorhead songs like Ace of Spades and Iron Fist. But I really love these really bouncy ones. Like I'm the Doctor really has the vibe of Sharpshooter from Bomber. It's got that real bounce to it. And what's the lyric? Something about it's about giving pills. I'll give you 60 bottles. I'm really into overkill. You'll feel much better when you take these little pills. I'm going to give you 60 bottles. I believe in overkill. Oh man, I'm the Doctor is a great song. Love it. Maybe my second favorite on the album, probably after Iron Fist. Next is are these in the right order? Oh yeah, they are. Go to Hell. This one, another one too. I like it, but never, as I said, I never fully got into this album. I'm not overly familiar with it, but I do like Go to Hell. Yeah, good song. Loser. This is a weird one too. This is I don't know if this is blasphemous to say this. I've never heard in all the years this album's been around, I've never heard anybody say this. Doesn't this have like so strange to say this about a Motorhead song? Isn't there a disco feel to Loser? You know, that hi-hat drum intro. To me, it's got, at least in the intro, once the verses come in, I don't think it sounds like a disco song, but the drums, for me, have a real disco feel to it. I'm a loser. That song is okay, but again, one that sounds a little bit strange. Not just the disco style, but the sound of it. It doesn't have the that Motorhead should have. Next, Sex and Outrage, Teenage Backstage, Sex and Outrage. That's what it is, right? I like this song a lot. Another good one. I feel like when I've listened to this album in recent days, I gotta go back and visit because I really like a lot of these songs, and Sex and Outrage is one of them. So that's the end of the first side. The second side. The first song is America. This is also a favorite. I've always loved this song. I think maybe I'm prone to liking it. I have a disposition to liking it. Is that the right word? That I'm predisposed to liking it because they mention Canada in the the opening line is America, hot as hell, and then the first line of the second verse is America, cold as hell, up to cold as death. America, cold as death, up to Canada, crystal meth. So I don't know, maybe because I'm Canadian, I just like that Lemmy is name checking my home country, Canada. And then the line after the second line in each verse is also kind of strange for Motorhead. I'm going backwards now to Heart of Stone. What song is it? Oh, it's I'm the Doctor. The vocals in I'm the Doctor, which I love that song. That doesn't really have the real Lemmy vocals. His vocals on I'm the Doctor were a little bit more like how they were on Parole and the first Motorhead record. But yeah, what's the America, cold as death, up to Canada, crystal meth. Yeah, another West Coast turnaround and back to start. That's just a weird way for Lemmy to sing. But I really like America too, and that song sounds great sonically. Again, some sound great, some sound a little bit odd. Next is Shut It Down. Another good one, not one that I'm overly familiar with, but I do love Shut It Down a lot. Next is Speed Freak. I love this song. Lemmy's it's got that again, the great Lemmy bass intro. Speed Freak, love that song. And another one too. All these next Shut It Down, Speed Freak, Don't Let Him Grind You Down. These three kind of fast, great Motorhead fast-paced songs. Now, the thing that I don't like about Don't Let Him Grind You Down, I've talked about this many times, it's got parentheses. It's not Don't Let Him Grind You Down, it's Don't Let Him, parentheses, and then Grind You Down. So it's like the song is called Grind You Down, but then they add kind of like the prefix of Don't Let Him. Just call the song Don't Let Him Grind You Down. I don't want to see parentheses in song titles. Stop it. And then to make it worse, the next song is parentheses, Don't Need Religion. Just call it Don't Need Religion. If the song is not called Religion, Don't Need, it should be just called Don't Need Religion. But that song, that for years was probably my favorite, Don't Need Religion, or Religion, whatever you want to call it. Always the riff, always remind me of Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent. And great lyrics on Don't Need Religion. I don't need no blind belief. It's kind of a scathing attack on religion, pointing out how silly it is. I don't need no blind belief. Don't need no comic relief. I don't need to see no stars. Don't need Jesus Christ Superstar. Don't need Sunday television. You bet your life I don't need religion. Don't need no time for prayer. Don't save no knee pads for me up there. If your head's all right, you don't need binoculars to see the light. You don't need no miracle vision. You bet your life you don't need religion. Love that song. Maybe that's a favorite after Iron Fist. I'm the Doctor. Yeah, Don't Need Religion. And then the last song is Bang to Rights. You Got Me Bang to Rights. And they're fast. I would say this one, Shut It Down, Speed Freak, Don't Let Him Grind You Down, and Bang to Rights. All that same feel. Very, very fast-paced Motorhead songs before they became fast-paced metal Motorhead songs in the late 90s, early 2000s. But yeah, Bang to Rights is excellent. And there was a bonus track from that. It wasn't on the record. I think it was on the CD. I have the CD. I should have brought it with me. I think it was called oh my God, what was Remember Me, I'm Gone. Same old song, Remember Me, I'm Gone. Great song. It was the B-side of the Iron Fist single and could have easily fit on this record. You know, a lot of B-sides, they're a little bit different style, or, you know, they didn't quite fit the scope or the style of the album, and they're a little bit odd, out of place. But I think Remember Me, I'm Gone would have been great on Iron Fist. All right. So that's all for the Motorhead discography, at least the records. Check back in a year or so, and maybe I'll do Sacrifice, Snake by Love, Hammered, Bad Magic, Overnight Sensation, and March or Die. I don't know. And check back again at some point soon. Feel free to subscribe if you're a Motorhead fan. I've never told anybody to subscribe. I just don't do that. But if you're a Motorhead banger and you don't want to miss my official, remember it's official Motorhead album ranking in the next couple weeks or month, smash that no, you smash the like button, you subscribe, and then you ring the bell for notifications or something, and you will get a notification that tells you that I've done a video ranking officially the Motorhead discography. I think they have 20, I think the same as Kiss, I think 24 albums, studio albums. I was racing. Maybe because Motorhead is so fast. That's why I was talking so fast. But this is the last one for now. And this is Motorhead, Iron Fist.